Hey guys, I'm Sounak. And in today's class, I'll be talking about percentage profit and loss for the MAHCET aspirants. I'll be waiting for one more minute for this to join in and then I'll start off. Meanwhile, if you're having any questions, you can post that in the comment section. Those who are watching it live. Hi guys, am I audible to you? Hello, am I audible to you all? Those who are watching it live, please comment in the comment section if I'm audible to you or not. Those who are watching it live, guys, please comment if I'm audible to you or not. Accordingly, I'll be setting up the sound system. Okay, sound is low. Hold on. Karthik and Blackhead, just give me a moment. I'll just add the sound and then I'll start off. And guys, meanwhile, if you're having any questions regarding MACT or any or how to attempt MACT, please let me know. Okay, in the comment section. Meanwhile, if you're having any doubts. So the purpose of taking this class is to make you guys understand how we can solve the problems quickly. Okay. So what happens is that in MACT the number of questions is slightly on the higher side, and the number of uh, minutes that you'll be getting to solve one question is very less. So the trick here is to how we can solve problems quickly and how we can solve the problems using tricks and techniques if applicable. Okay, so understanding the tricks and techniques to solve the problems is very necessary over here. And in today's class, I'll be talking about how we can solve the problems of percentage profit and loss quickly by using tricks and techniques. Okay, so let's start off with the class. So before starting off, a little introduction about myself. I'm Shaunak, and I am having around 4 years of experience in teaching CAT, and I have scored 99.97 percentile in the quant section and 99.75 percentile in the DIR section, and overall I have scored 99 plus percentile in CAT. Okay, now the concept part. Okay, what are the important things that we need to keep in mind while solving the percentage problem? So in the percentage problem, or I'll say in the DI problem that you'll be getting in the quant section, you'll be having some DI sets, right, in the quant section. So in that also we'll be encountering with the problems of percentage. So how we can solve these problems quickly? Now the first step is that we need to understand the conversion of fractions to percentage. Okay, so we need to remember these 12 conversions. So if I'm having let's say a situation where the price of the product is increased by 50%. Okay, so what I'll be doing is I'll be simply adding half of the price of the product with the initial price. Now similarly 1 by 3 is equivalent to 33.33%. 1 by 4 is equivalent to 25%. 1 by 5 is equivalent to 20%. 1 by 6 is equivalent to 16.67%. Okay, 1 by 7 is equivalent to 14.28%. 1 by 8 is equivalent to 12.5%. 1 by 9 is equivalent to 11.11%. 1 by 10 is equivalent to 10%. 11 is equivalent to 9.09%, and we are having 1 by 12, so we need to just remember these 12 things. Okay, which is equivalent to 8.33%. So if someone says that the price of an article has increased by 14.28%, it means that the price of the article has increased by 1 by 7 times of the previous price. So let's say if the question is the price of an article has increased by 14.28%. Now the price of the product is 160 rupees. Find out the price of the product previously. So here what will be like, what will be your uh, thinking process is, let's say the previous article price is X. Now the price of the article is X plus X by 7, which is equals to 160. Now if I further simplify this, it will lead me to 8x by 7 is equals to 160, or X is equals to 140. Hence 140 is the answer. So these kind of questions will be asked. Okay, like not the directly these question, but some application of these will be asked in the MACT. So it is very important for you guys to understand these conversion from 1 till 1 by 12. So if you are encountering any percentage problems where it is mentioned that the price of the product has decreased by 16.16%, then just convert it to the fraction, the corresponding fraction, and try to solve the problem. It will save your time a lot. Okay, this is one of the tricks. Based on this, I'll be giving you one problem. Try to solve that one, and after that, we'll move on to the next concept. Clear, guys? And guys, for those of you, the concept is clear. Give me a thumbs up in the comment box. Those of you who are watching it live, and if it is not clear, just comment "not clear" or "no." Okay, so that I can understand for how many of you the concept is not clear. Please, please advise Patrick not to get 100% lean set. It messes up. You okay? So this thing is not in your hand. First of all, Apurva. Okay, this thing is not in your hand, and he himself is a legend in this particular field. He has scored multiple. He has scored 100 percentile multiple times in CAT, and multiple times topper in MACT, ZAT, and other exams. So if he sits for the exam, obviously the things will change. Okay, he will try to shift the cutoff and everything. So I'll say that assume that he's sitting in the exam, and accordingly try to prepare yourself. Okay, that thing is not in your hand. Okay, great, guys. Now let's move on to one of the questions that we can expect from this particular topic. For us, the most important part is to be prepared. Okay, the price of a TV, the price of a TV increased by 14.28%, then it reduced by 25%. Okay, finally the TV was sold at a profit of 20%. So find out the selling price. I'll repeat the question, guys. The question is, a TV's price is first increased by 14.28%, then it is reduced by 25%, and finally when the TV was sold, a profit of 20% is registered. Okay, now what is the selling price of the TV if the purchasing price of the TV is 14,000? So I'll repeat the question. A TV's price initially increased by 14.28%, then it decreased by 25%, and finally it was sold to the customer at a profit of 20%. Okay, now if the TV was purchased at 14,000 rupees initially, find out the selling price. Guys, comment your answers in the comment box, those who are watching it live. Okay, hi, Aishwarya. Hello, guys. Those who are watching it live, please comment. Try to comment your answer. 400. Harshal, I have asked what is going to be the selling price. Okay, what about others? 16800 RAM. 14400. Vinay, I'll wait for 30 more seconds for your response, and then I'll start off with this solution. So those of you who joined just now, I'll just tell you the agenda for today's class is to solve any problem of percentage profit and loss that might come in MAHCET, either in the form of quant problem or in the form of DI problem under 30 seconds. Okay, by using tricks and techniques. Okay, so 14,400 is the right answer. Now, how we can land up to this answer quickly and if possible mentally. So I know the purchasing price, right? I know the purchasing price, the price at which the TV was purchased by me. Now, then I know that the price of the TV went up by 14.28%. So my first target is to convert this percentage figure to the fraction. Now, in the previous slide, I have shown that 14.28% is equivalent to 1 by 7. So if I say that the price of the product was increased by 1 by 7 time of its present price, and if I say that the price of the product is increased by 14.28%, both of them will give me the same answer because they are the same, they are equivalent to each other. Okay. So now the price of the product has increased by 1 by 7 times of the product. So 1 by 7 times of 14,000 is how much? 2,000. So the increase in the price of the product is by 2,000. So the initial price was 14,000. Now the price has increased by 2,000. So the present price is how much? 16,000. Let's move on to the next step. In the next step, what is happening? The price of the product is going down by 25%. 25% means how much? 1 by 4. So if the initial price is 1, the final price is going to be 3 by 4. So if the initial price is 16,000, the final price is going to be 16,000 into 3 by 4, which is going to be 12,000. So 12,000 is the price after the step 2. Now the thing is that the TV itself is sold at a profit of 20%. Sorry, the TV itself is sold at a profit of 20%. Now, while selling it, I am registering a profit of 20%. So the initial price is 12,000. The profit is 1.2. So if you do the multiplication, it will lead you to 14,400. So इसमें XY वाला rule लग सकता है क्या exactly Karthik I was going to like I my next explanation will be on the XY rule. Okay, so guys, this is how we can land up to the solution. Now here we had actually three steps. So first we had to find out the price after the first step, second step, and the third step. So all these things, like all these three things can be done mentally if we know one very simple thing, that is converting the percentages to the corresponding fraction. Okay, now if that concept is clear, we can solve the problem mentally also. Now if you try to solve the problem mentally, it will be done under 40 seconds for sure. Okay, now as Karthik has mentioned, we can solve this problem by using another trick. Sorry guys, but this particular trick is not going to be helpful to solve this problem. I'll tell you why. And But it is anyway better to know what the technique is. Okay, so the technique says that, let's say if the price of a product increased by A% and then again increased by B%. So basically what happened, I have a smartphone with me. The price of the product initially increased by, let's say, 20%, then again increased by 10%. Okay, now if I have to find out what's the final price of the product, what is the final price of the product, then I can apply one very simple trick to find out the answer. So the trick says that if the price of the product has increased by A% and then again increased by B%, then the resultant increase in the price of the product is going to be A plus B plus AB by 100%. Okay, A plus B plus AB by 100%. So for example, if the initial price of the product is 100 rupees, now if the price of the product initially increased by 20% and then again increased by 10%, the resultant increase in the price in terms of percentage figure is going to be 20 plus 10 plus 20 into 10 by 100. Okay, now if you solve this, you are going to get 32%. So there is a resultant increase of 32%. Okay, now Suppose out of these two figures, like here I have mentioned that what will happen if both these are increasing. Okay, if both these are increasing. Hi Snehashish. Now it might happen that one of the figure is increasing, the other one is decreasing. So let's say if I'm talking about the stock market, not every day the price of the stock will go up or go down. So in one day the price of the stock will go up, in the other day it might go down. So let's say the price of the stock has went up by 30% on a particular date, and in the next date it has gone down by 20%. Okay, it has gone down by 20%. So in that case what shall I do? So here one of the percentages that I mentioned is positive or it is increasing, the other percentage is negative. So in this case what I'll be doing is, here B initially was positive or increasing, now it is decreasing. So if B is decreasing, what I need to do is I just need to change the sign of B. So here instead of writing A plus B, or in the place of plus B, I'll be writing minus B. Okay. So A plus minus B plus A into minus B by 100. Okay. Hi Sheetal. So it is going to be A minus B minus AB by 100. So in this particular formula, if I just apply B equals to minus B, that will do for me. Now I'll just plug in the value of A and B here and it will give me the answer. So 30 minus 20 minus 30 into 20 by 100. So whatever is going to be the answer over here, that's going to be the resultant increase or decrease in the price. So 10 minus 6, that is 4%. So the resultant increase in the price is 4%. Okay. So if one of the products is like, if one of the cases is increasing in the price and in the other case is decrease in the price, then I need to check the case accordingly. Okay. Now it might happen that in both the days the price of the stock went down, just like we had in the previous week's weekend, like closer to the weekend. So what happened on Thursday and Friday is that the price of the stocks went down drastically, and the reason, and one of the top reasons were the effect of coronavirus. Okay. So let's say the price of the stock decreased by 20% on a particular date, let's say on Thursday, and on Friday it again decreased by 30%. Okay. So if I have to find out the resultant decrease in the price, what shall I do? So our previous formula was that A percent increase plus B percent increase is equivalent to A plus B plus AB by 100. So in the place of A, I'll be writing minus A. In the place of B, I'll be writing minus B. Okay. Uh, Apurva, please don't be worried about in which slot Patrick sir is. Okay, it doesn't matter in which slot he is. Okay, uh, what really matters is how much effort you will be putting it in that particular date, and what will be the question paper and all. Okay, so don't be worried about that at all. Okay, just keep that fear factor out of your mind. So A, so in the place of A, I'll be writing minus A. In the place of B, I'll be writing minus B. So now I'll be having minus A minus B plus AB by 100. And Apurva, there will be like lakhs of people who will be applying for this. Like thousands of people who will be applying for MAHCET and will be taking the exam. So if you are getting hit by one particular person who is an outlier, then so is the other people. Okay, so don't be worried about that. So I'll be writing here minus 20 minus 30 plus 20 into 30 by 100. Okay. So further simplification of this will lead to minus 50 plus 6 minus 44. So the resultant decrease in the price is 44. So if the sign is negative, it means that the resultant uh, decrease is happening in the price. If the final sign is positive, it means that the price of the product or the stock is going to go up. Okay, as simple as that. So here the price is going to be down by 44%, hence the current price is 56. Okay, now I'll be telling you why this particular trick is not good for solving all the problems that we'll be encountering in percentage profit and loss. So the numbers that we have encountered is 20%, 30%, which are very, I'll say, flat numbers or very common numbers or easier numbers. Okay, now let's say if we are having numbers like 16.67 and 14.28%. Okay, let's say the price of the product initially went down by 16.67 and then it went up by 14.28%. Now what's the resultant increase or decrease in the price? Now in that case, if you start solving it applying a plus b plus ab by 100%, it is going to pain you a lot. Like it is going to give you a lot of pain, because finding this AB by 100 part with this complex percentage numbers is going to take a lot of time. So in this case, what we'll be doing, we'll be switching to the fraction part. So here the price of the product initially went up by 16.67%, then it goes down by 14.28%. Karthik, it always works. Okay, but the question is whether you'll be picking up this particular trick or not while solving one particular problem. Now if in that particular problem I am having very difficult percentage figures which I can easily convert to fractions, then why shall we take the burden of using this particular trick? We can directly go with the traditional one. Okay, so here if we solve it using the fraction technique, it will be, let's say if the price of the product initially is x, now the price has increased by x by 6, so the price is how much, 7x by 6. Then the price has gone down by 14.28, which means the price of the product has gone down by 1 by 7, so it is now 6 by 7 into 7x by 6. So very simply I can find out the price of the product is x, so there is no change in the price of the product. Yeah, if we don't remember the fraction of a number, then how can we remember the fraction on spot? um, Apurva, there are only 12 numbers for which we need to remember the fraction thing, out of which you know what is 1 means, that is 100%. You know what is half means, which means 50%. And you also might have known that 1 by 3 is 33.33%. Now let's say if you do not know what that percentage means to you. Okay, let's say for example 37.5%, you don't know what this number means to you. Then what you need to do is you need to go with the traditional approach, which is 37.5% means 37 like 375 by 1000. Then you'll be dividing both the sides, like both the numerator and the denominator, by 125, which is 3 by 8. So basically it means that the price of the product has gone up by 3 by 8%, like 3 by 8 times of the product. But it is always advisable to remember them, given that we still have some 10 days left. So try to remember these. I think if you practice some 10-12 problems using this percentage to fraction convert, then I think it will be by heart to you. Okay, clear guys? If it is not clear, please comment not clear. If it is clear, give me a thumbs up or just write clear. Okay, awesome. Now let's solve one particular problem which I guess you must have solved at some point of time in your preparation. I have one smartphone and one TV. I have sold the smartphone at a profit of 10%. I have sold the TV at a loss of 10%, both at the same selling price of 9,900 rupees. I have one smartphone and one TV. I have sold the smartphone at a profit of 10%. I have sold the TV at a loss of 10%. So find out the resultant profit or loss in the entire transaction. The question is, I have one smartphone and one TV, both of which I have sold at the same price of 9,900 rupees. I have sold the smartphone at a profit of 10%. I have sold the TV at a loss of 10%. Find out the resultant percentage profit or loss in the entire transaction. Resultant percentage profit or loss in the entire transaction. Ajinkya, I'll tell you the trick. Uh, this is a very simple example, okay, and it is one of the most frequently asked questions in the interview, like in the B school examinations. I'll give you 1 minute to try this one out, and then I'll start up with the solution. Percentage change. You can also write the percentage change and the absolute value change. That's totally fine. I just want the percentage change. That's it. Okay, so those of you who have marked 1% loss, that's the right answer. And how to solve these kind of questions quickly? There is a trick for this. It's not 2% loss, Jagjit. It's 1% loss. So in these cases, what people generally do is they tend to neutralize these two. So they add 10% and minus 10%, and the resultant they say key no profit, no loss. Okay, but that's not the case. Here the selling price is the same, not the cost price. So we cannot apply this particular trick. So when the selling price of two products are the same, let's say I have product P1 and P2, both of them are getting sold at S rupees. By selling the product P1 at S rupees, I am registering a profit of P percent. By selling the product P2 at S rupees, I am registering a loss of P percent. Then the resultant loss in the transaction is going to be P square by 100%. I'll repeat. If two products are going to get sold at the same price, one at a profit of P percent, one at a loss of P percent, then the resultant loss in the inter transaction is going to be P square by 100%. Okay, now here we need to look at two important things. The first thing is that the selling price of both the products will be the same. Here also it is the same, so it satisfies the first condition. Second, one product has to be sold at a profit of P percent, the other product has to be sold at a loss of P percent. It means when I'm selling both the products at the same selling price, I'm getting a profit in one case, I'm getting a loss in the other case. And the profit magnitude percentage, like the magnitude of the profit percentage and the magnitude of the loss percentage, both of them has to be the same. Okay, both of them has to be the same. Okay, so here also I have obtained 10% and 10%, like 10% and minus 10%. So the magnitude is the same. I'm getting a profit of one in one case, loss in the other case. Hence I can apply this particular trick. So here 10 square by 100% loss will give me the answer, which is 1% loss. Okay, so that's the shortcut to solve these kind of problems. So guys, that's it for today's session. If you're having any doubts, please feel free to reach out to me through the Unacademy app, and please follow me on the Unacademy app to stay updated about all my special classes and all the classes that I'll be taking in YouTube channel. Okay, and you can register to Unacademy, or you can subscribe to any of the Unacademy courses by applying this coupon code Sounak.Kundu 1995 to get a flat 10% discount on any of the courses that you can purchase. Okay, sums as in, do you want sums to practice, Jagjit? Any special class for tomorrow? Tomorrow I think we are not going to have any special class, but maybe one YouTube class. Okay, Karthik. uh, so guys, you can WhatsApp me at this number. If you are having any doubts, you can WhatsApp me at this number. I'll be more than happy to take your doubts over there. And yeah, so if you still have any doubts regarding any of the problems or any of the approaches, I'll be more than happy to take your doubts over there. So feel free to ask me questions. Okay, if some of the doubts are not clear in the class, then please ask me the questions in the WhatsApp. Okay, so bye guys, thanks a lot for being so participative in the class, and I hope to see you in another class. Okay, bye guys, bye.